What's going on, everyone? SoFlo Travel coming to you to share our experience on board one of the worst rated cruises, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. We sailed on the ship in October of 2023 and in May of 2025, so we're going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of both sailings. Keep in mind, every cruise experience isn't the same, and if you plan to sail on Paradise, your time on board could be completely different from ours. Let's get right into it. On boarding day, you'll find yourself entering here at the main lobby on Deck 5 Mid. As soon as you walk in, you'll be greeted by this giant Margaritaville flip flop, and trust me, you have multiple opportunities to snag a picture. Then to your left, you'll see guest services, which was never really busy until the last night when guests needed to cover any final payments. On the other side is the shore excursions desk, which was busy the first day, but never after that. The rest of Deck 5 is all staterooms, with ours being on this deck, so let's take a tour of cabin 5040. Our ocean view room was a cabin for 3 guests, however, it was only the 2 of us. The closet you see next to the bed is actually a pull-out bed, making this the perfect room for any families planning to go on the ship. In the bathroom, you have all the same things you'd find on every cruise. We did find the shower to be a little cramped, and the curtain was definitely not our favorite, but it got the job done. Moving on, deck 4, 6, and 7 are also staterooms, so we're going to jump up to deck 8 forward. Here, you'll find the Stars on the Water theater and bar. On both of our sailings on Paradise, unfortunately, we only visited this bar once per trip. We just found ourselves hanging out in other places most of the time. However, the craft cocktails you'll find here are truly incredible. For the theater, we just want to pause and say be smart about where you sit. Here's a short clip of what at least 10 seats get a view of if you sit behind one of these massive poles. The theater is not huge, so seating is very limited. On our first sailing, the seats at the bottom were reservation only, and this last sailing, they opened them up to everyone on a first come, first served basis. Here you'll see shows like Love and Marriage, Caribbean Heat, and Radio Margaritaville live at sea. Moving on towards midship portside, you'll find the Fin City Arcade, which has a lot to offer, and we did find ourselves in here a few times. Do keep in mind that these games are an extra charge. Starboard side, you'll find one of the 3 kids clubs that Margaritaville has to offer. In between both of these, you'll find the Compass Rose Conference Center and Future Cruise Desk. Deck 8 Mid, you'll find one of our favorite places, Euphoria. In this area, you'll find a large bar with lots of seating and great drink options. And we have to mention our favorite bartender, Bagus. He was definitely the life of the party, so shout out to him. You'll also find tons of daily activities for both children and adults. We found ourselves here more often than not on both of our sailings. Just after Euphoria, you'll find the main dining room, Fins. There were people lined up every day as soon as dinner opened, so I would recommend waiting at least 30 minutes and then going to the main dining room so you don't have to stand in line just to get a table. The food was on the lower end of cruise ship cuisine, but very satisfying at the end of the day. The service each night took us about 2 hours, which wasn't optimal if you previously planned to be at a show right after dinner or wanted to catch a sunset. And trust me, you don't want to miss this sunset. Inside the main dining room, sectioned off, you'll also find JWB Steakhouse, a premium dining option on board. Neither of our 2 sailings did we eat here, but we heard positive reviews from passengers both times. Moving up to Deck 9 aft, you'll find Keys on the Water, which is a dueling piano bar. During the day, if you're looking for a quiet place to relax, I would recommend coming here. This place is always empty, but there is always a bartender on shift if you're feeling parched. When there's events going on, not many guests attend, so you'll always be able to find a comfortable seat. Just in front of Keys on the Water, you'll run right into the Margaritaville Casino. This is actually one of the smallest casinos we've been in on a cruise ship, but it still had just about everything you could want. Considering the casino size, there were a good amount of slot machines and tables. And if you feel like you didn't spend enough money, right after the casino, you'll find the Everything But Sand Retail Plaza, Deck 9 Mid. And trust me, they really do sell everything but sand. I checked. Here you'll find 5 shops, including the photo shop. If you walk past all the shops, you'll see the photo display, which is where all the pictures taken get printed and placed within 24 hours. But they aren't always in order, so if you're looking for a photo, be sure to keep your eyes peeled. Also, in the center of the retail plaza, you'll find Margaritaville Coffee Shop on the port side and Farside Sushi on starboard. Farside Sushi replaces Frank and Lola's Pizzeria, which is now included in the buffet. Both times on board, we didn't try either of these venues. Considering the amount of coffee and other food options that were included, we didn't think it was worth it. Deck 9 forward is the Stars on the Water upper level, so we're going up to Deck 10 to continue the tour. Deck 10 mid is all balcony cabins, so aft you'll find the Port of Indecision Buffet, Teens Club, and the 5 o'clock somewhere bar and grill. The buffet was nothing impressive but had a really good variety of options. There are two sides to the buffet that mostly serve the same things throughout the day. Also, now included in the buffet is Frank and Lola's Pizzeria, which used to be a specialty option and is now integrated into the complimentary dining options. We found this place great for our late night pizza cravings. Starboard aft in the buffet, you'll find the Make Your Own Sandwich Bar, which was our absolute favorite place for lunch or an early dinner. The sandwiches were made right in front of you, exactly how you wanted. We highly recommend trying this if you're on board. Heading aft, you'll find this little ice cream spot, and outside is the 5 o'clock somewhere bar and Cheeseburger in Paradise burger bar. Cheeseburger in Paradise was actually pretty good for a quick bite, and they were always super fast. They serve cheeseburgers and hamburgers here with a side of fries. If you've made it this far, let us know down in the comments what would be your go-to food on this cruise ship. Moving up to Deck 11 aft, you'll find the adults-only pool, two jacuzzis, and the 12-volt bar. The 12-volt bar is actually on Deck 12, but easily accessible from here. This area is a really nice place to be if you enjoy looking out at sea, but like any other pool, this one is always packed, so get here early. Going forward, Deck 11 starboard, you'll find another kids club, and portside, you'll find the License to Chill bar. Deck 11 midship is the License to Chill pool deck. So much entertainment happens here daily, you'll never find yourself bored. This is not a big pool by any means, so I suggest if you plan on enjoying it to get here early. During both of our sailings, we found ourselves hanging out here during the day just to watch all the activities they had going on, like margarita mixing competitions, and they played this one game where you had to run around and grab a bunch of random objects from other passengers. Plus, you could always count on there being some type of dance party with the crew. Speaking of dance parties with the crew, here's some clips of the Sail Away party. The crew was incredible on both sailings at getting all the guests to participate and showing everyone a great time. They were teaching dances, playing games, and before we knew it, we were off the dock. Moving on with the tour, Deck 11 forward, you'll find the St. Somewhere Spa and Salon, as well as the Fins Up Fitness Center. Going up from the pool deck, you'll find yourself on Deck 12 on the jogging track. The jogging track goes all the way around the ship, and you'll find this little walkway, which is perfect for people watching, taking pictures, or just catching the perfect sunrise or sunset. All the way forward on Deck 12, you'll find the pickleball court. We didn't see the space really getting used at all on both sailings, which is a shame considering how nice it is. Since there's not a Deck 13, we're going to take these stairs from Deck 12 up to Deck 14, where you'll find the only thing on this floor, the Hemisphere Nightclub. This area offers great views throughout the day of the ocean or the pool deck, or if you just don't want to be outside, this is the perfect place to cool off. We've seen this nightclub two different ways. Our first sailing, there was never anyone here at night, not even a DJ or a bartender. Our second sailing, however, there were so many people in here, it was hard to get a drink or a seat. Also, if you find yourself in the nightclub bathroom and have a sense of humor, I know you'll laugh at the sign, just like I did. As far as excursions go, our first sailing, we booked a beer tasting trip with beach access, and they also took us to the straw market. This we booked through the ship while on board, and we would recommend for any beer lovers. Our second sailing, however, we did not book an excursion through the ship. The group we were with had children who did want to go swimming with the pigs. We rented a car and just paid for the excursion when we got there. The pros and cons to this are you're going to save a little bit of money, but the boat will absolutely not wait for you if you do not make it back on board in time. As far as pros and cons on the ship itself, there were different ones on both sailings. Our first sailing back in October 2023, the nightclub never had a DJ or even bartenders there, so we never got to fully experience that. It felt like a ghost ship every night after 9 p.m. because we could never find anyone doing anything. Other than that, we absolutely loved being on board and everything they had to offer. Our second sailing in May of 2025, there were unfortunately more cons than pros. The ship is old, so of course it's dated, but we felt like they could have taken different measures into how they do certain things on the ship. For instance, the carpet absolutely reeks if the air stops working. The only reason we know this is because the air conditioning actually did end up not working for a very small portion of one of the days on board. It was only about 2 hours, and they did have shop fans going to keep the air flowing, but with the type of fans they were, we felt like it just pushed a carpet smell around the ship. Also, this sailing, we experienced way longer wait times during dinner than normal. It took us about 2 hours every night, whereas on our first sailing, we were in and out in an hour tops. Some pros on our most recent sailing would have to be that the kids love the kids club. They kept wanting to go back, which is really nice to hear because you know the staff is doing a great job. Another small pro is they do give bottled water if you have a drink or soda package. This sounds minimal, but we have been on cruises in the past that do not offer this. On both sailings, the crew was so friendly and helpful, and the cruise director, Terry, really knows how to keep the guests engaged and happy. So, Terry, if you're watching this, keep doing what you're doing. All in all, we make the best of every sailing we take, and we won't say we've ever had a bad time on board any ship. It is what you make it. And with that being said, if you guys haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of our videos. Also, let us know down in the comments if you've sailed on Margaritaville at sea and what your experience was like.